Ahoy, mates! And this week, of course, it's Memorial Day. Now, this is going to be a pre-recorded show because the podcast crew all need a well-deserved weekend break to spend time with family and friends. So, Navigator Longwood has decided to take charge. And following in Captain Mayhem's steps, the drink of the day is grog. I got this from Captain Mayhem's own special stash. No doubt he is up to his eyeballs in this stuff. Okay, so as always, how can you find us? Why, you go to Captain's Quarter Podcast at YouTube, and then you like and subscribe. I can't emphasize it enough. Like and subscribe, please. All right. Then, as we always do, next we have 8 Bells, sponsored by Rikers Reenactors. This week, I have, quite a few. So let's get started. Tina Turner was an American-born and naturalized Swiss singer, dancer, actress, and author, widely referred to as the Queen of Rock and Roll. She rose to prominence as the lead singer of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue before launching a successful career as a solo performer. Having sold over 100 million records worldwide, Turner is one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. She received 12 Grammy Awards, which include 8 competitive awards, 3 Grammy Hall of Fame awards, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. She was the first Black artist and first woman to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone ranked her among the 100 greatest artists of all time and the 100 greatest singer of all time. Turner had a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the St. Louis Walk of Fame. She was 83. Truly be missed. Then we have Sheldon Maurice Reynolds. He was an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter. He was a member of the bands Sun, the Commodores, and Earth, Wind & Fire. Reynolds played on Maurice White's 1985 self-titled album and Philip Bailey's 1989 LP Family Affair. He later guested on Barbara Weathers' 1990 self-titled item, Smokey Robinson's 1990 LP, Love, Smokey, and Joey Lawrence's 1993 self-titled item. Reynolds also performed on For Him's 1994 LP, The Ride and the Take 6, 1996 album Brothers. He was 63. Then we have Gary Kent. He was an American film director, actor, and stunt person, notable for his appearance in various independent grindhouse and exploitation films. A native of Washington, Kent studied at the University of Washington before later embarking on a film career. He made his feature film debut in Battle Flame, 1959, and had roles in several other low-budget films in the 1960s, including The Black Klansman, 1966, and the biker film The Savage Seven, 1968. He also served as a stunt double for Bruce Dern in Psych Out, 1969. He was 89. Then we have George Maharis, was an American actor, singer, and artist who portrayed Buzz Murdoch in the first 3 seasons of the TV series Route 66. Maharis also recorded numerous pop music albums at the height of his fame, and later starred in the TV series The Most Deadly Game. He was 94. And of course, gotta have 8 bells in honor of Memorial Day for all those soldiers that died in combat. So, if you will, remove your hat if you got one. And it is now time for the 8 bells. Okay. Now, next, as always, we have Joke of the Week with Mini Mayhem, sponsored by Shiver Me Pictures. Oh boy, I wonder what this week joke is going to be about. All right, Mini Mayhem, take it away.
Ahoy, mates. Mini Mayhem here with the joke of the week. Sponsored by Shiver Me Pictures. What does a pirate name his dog? Think about it, and I will give you the answer at the end of the show.
What does a pirate name a dog? Well, I guess we'll find out at the end of the show. Now, of course, we have Quote of the Week, sponsored by Spyglass Travel. All right, let's see what it is. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. George Bernard Shaw. As Captain say, I like that, Navigator. Good job. And then, of course, we have Question of the Week, sponsored by Miss Gina Marie and the Ancient City Sirens. Oh, boy. And the question of the week is, what does Memorial Day mean to you? That's a good question. Think about it. And, you can always send in your responses. All right. Now, we always have past crew adventures. So this past Saturday night, Captain Mayhem had a Swashbuckler crew party cookout at his house. And as great of a navigator as I am, I made sure I took some pictures of the event. So here we go. There's the captain barefoot and playing with his weenies, his burgers, and all sorts of other stuff he cooked on the grill. The food was very good. And there we go. We had a bunch of people there. And if you notice, that is a brand new stage platform that looks like a ship. And we were speculating that perhaps the captain has it there so he can put his captain's throne there and maybe hold captain's court. And there's some more people. There's Special Ed eating a hot dog. Oh, and there's Navigator Longwood drinking a Coke Zero. Oh, and there's some of the ladies all posing, having a good time. Lord only knows what they were talking about. There's the men right up near where the grill is. Guarantee that's not soda in their cups. And one final big look in the backyard. There was a lot of people. Not only do we have crew members there, but we also had some prospective new members and some visitors of the Order of Leviathan. That was a fun time. Then, of course, we have crew adventures on the horizon coming up. So I happen to know that this, first off, coming up is the Sweetheart Belly Dance Festival. Workshop, shows, competition, cash prizes. Hosted by Ahmad Hassin and the Blue Lotus World Dance. That's Miss Gina and our ladies. And that will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the World Golf Village. Fun times. Yours truly will be there running all the sound and lights for all the ladies. Gee, what a tough job. Then we have on the same weekend, on that Saturday, oops, wrong one. The Seawolf Privateers are having their Pirate and Mermaid Festival. And that'll be at the Cattlemen's Hall, Flagler County Fairgrounds. Now, some of the swashbucklers will be there helping out at that event. I know for sure that Captain Mayhem will be doing his magic. And this is all for foster kids. So that's the event things that are coming up for our crew. Now, of course, we have no guest. Sorry about that, but like I said, everybody needed a break. But I did have a special Why We Celebrate Memorial Day video for you. So let's take a look at that.
It's the 3-day weekend that officially kicks off the summer season. A time for hanging at the beach, barbecuing, even catching a few laps of the Indy 500. But Memorial Day is also the most solemn American holiday, a day to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice while defending their nation. The Civil War, America's bloodiest chapter. Over 600,000 soldiers killed in action. Almost every community in every state suffered the loss of young men. As the war came to an end, mourners in both northern and southern states began placing flags and flowers on the graves of fallen soldiers. The town of Waterloo, New York is officially credited with starting the holiday. On May 5, 1866, its citizens closed their shops and businesses so that everyone could decorate the graves of the men killed during the war. Then an old war general had an idea. John A. Logan was the leader of a Union Veteran Association. He spearheaded an effort to unite all the decoration services into one national holiday, designating May 30th as Decoration Day. On the first National Decoration Day, 1868, 5,000 war widows, orphans, and other mourners gathered at Arlington National Cemetery. They placed flowers and ribbons on the 20,000 graves of both Union and Confederate soldiers. Two future presidents and fellow Union veterans, Ulysses Grant and James A. Garfield, attended the ceremony. Throughout the 19th century, Decoration Day grew. Ceremonies were held in major Civil War battlefields like Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and Antietam Field in Maryland. By the end of the century, the holiday was renamed Memorial Day. But war wounds ran deep. Most southern states refused to commemorate a holiday they regarded as honoring Union soldiers. So each state commemorated their war dead with different Confederate decoration days. Several southern states continue the tradition to this day. World War I ushered in the age of modern warfare. America lost over 130,000 soldiers in the global conflict. This shared experience finally bonded America's North and South. When the war ended, May 30th became a day to honor all American soldiers who died in battle as far back as the Revolutionary War. America interred its first unknown soldier in Arlington National Cemetery on Armistice Day, 1921. Every Memorial Day, this soldier and other unknown soldiers are honored with a wreath-laying ceremony conducted by the President or Vice President. They are reminders of all those who never made it home. Memorial Day became a federal holiday in 1971, and Congress shifted it from May 30th to the fourth Monday in May, giving federal workers a 3-day weekend. All across America, veterans and civilians still gather in parades and vigils to remember the generations who gave their lives for their nation's freedom.
And there you have it. Now, Captain Mayhem's not here, but as he would say, well done, Navigator Longwood. Thank you, Captain. Okay, so next we have, the Nautical Week in History, sponsored by the Pirate and Treasure Museum. Oh, I'm excited about this. Let's take a look. Wow, that was exciting. All right. Before we do This Week in History, let's take a look at future events. Aha, crew ventures on the horizon. Now, I already covered the Sweetheart Belly Dance Festival and the Pirates and Mermaid adventure. And of course, on June 10th, we have the all crew yard sale. On Saturday, June 17th, we got private only tour with Captain Mayhem. That's exciting. And then you have a Mayhem Productions on the 24th of June, Mayhem's acting seminar. If you haven't gone, I recommend it. It's very, very informative. You learn a lot. Then on Saturday the 15th, another private only tour with Captain Mayhem. Then the Swashbucklers on July 29th have the Staple Kids Fest. That's a great time. And then it looks like on August 19th, Mayhem's acting seminar. Then we have a Mayhem Productions again, August the 12th, a private only tour with Captain Mayhem. Those that go on that are certainly very lucky. Then September 18th, Talk Like a Pirate Day live broadcast coast to coast. Then in September, a date to be announced, determined, you have the Seawolf Privateers have a murder mystery dinner show. That's another one. I was in one of them. Then we have October 6th, 7th, and 8th, Panama City Beats, Pirates of the High Seas. And then my favorite event, the Swashbucklers on October 27th, 28th, and 29th have the Spooktacular. And this year we have the whole Colonial Quarter. So we'll be adding some new little scenes there. Then you have a combination of all three crews. November 11th, Pirates on the Edge in Edgewater, Florida. And that's another good time. Then on November 13th, you got the Podcast Crew Holiday Kickoff Party at Dick's Wings, which will be live. And then in December 2nd, you have Miss Gina and the Ancient City Sirens have the Winter Holiday Gala. And in December, date not known yet, the Seawolf Privateers will be having a pancake breakfast with Santa and the elves. So there you go. Quite a lot of stuff. It's a busy schedule coming up. I like it. So now it's time for This Week in History, sponsored by Dick's Wings. And if you haven't had Dick's Wings, they are awesome. Also, they make one of the best hamburgers I've ever had. So let's see what is happening in the history. And as the captain would say, "Well done, Navigator Longwood. That was great." And I would have said, "Thank you, Captain." Okay, so now let's see. Oh, guests on deck. Who's coming up? So we have June 5th, William McCrae. That is Captain Mayhem's son, who's a history teacher. He will be here in person in St. Augustine at the captain's studio in his house to talk about the history of D-Day. Then on June 12th, we have Joe Hughes, comedian. The 19th, 26th, and 3rd are still open, but on July 10th, we have St. Johns County Deputy Chief Stephanie Whaley. Then the 17th, 24th, 31st, and 7th are free. And on August 14th, we have Ron Brown to discuss National Rum Day. August 21st, John Merriam, National Radio Broadcasters Day. Then the 28th, the 4th, 11th openings. September 18th, anniversary show, and the big Talk Like a Pirate Day event. Wow, that's exciting. All right, now I guess, oh yes, we need to find the reveal to the joke of the week. Hey, Mini Mayhem, what is the answer to the joke of the week?
Okay, it's time for the answer to the joke of the week. What does a pirate name his dog? The answer is the plank. That's why he's always walking the plank.
The plank. That is funny. Walking the plank. Oh, Mini Mayhem, you crack me up. Okay, then we have, now we've come to the thank you appreciation video. There we go. Now it comes to our platforms. Oh, and there's many. So you can watch us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, but you can also listen to us on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. And I am told, Captain Mayhem said there might be a few other ones. And then it's time for our numbers. And I know we're always interested in the numbers. Hey, we went up in subscribers. We got 1,664 subscribers. We've had, in the last 28 days, 1,200 views, watch time hours, 130.1 hours. Our top videos in the last 48 hours, Captain Quarters Podcast Open Question Night, Gunner Henley with a bit of history for today, and the end of the watch 8 bells. Wow, that is wonderful. And of course, if you want to be a guest or sponsor or be a captain that wants to brag about his queue, you can just email us at captainsquarterpodcast21@gmail.com. And we're pretty good about getting back to you. So now comes the end of the show. How sad. Once again, I apologize that it's not a full show with the interaction and a guest. But like I said, it's a Memorial Day. We wanted everybody to enjoy time off. So I hope that you had a wonderful Memorial Day. And I best wishes on Memorial Day for the Captain, Madcap Mandy Joe, and Gunner Hellfire. And hopefully I didn't mess things up too much. Usually as Navigator, I prefer to be behind the scenes, pushing all the bells and whistles and stuff. So the only thing left to do is the closing phrase. part of the podcast, part of the crew, always. Thank you once again for watching this episode of the Captain's Quarters podcast. Until next week.